This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and upwards of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Khan. We want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Call Halayim La Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth for faith and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. Shalom to the Akwa Thiniakim out there listening and learning. Lord willingly, this is an edifying video. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of the other nations, appearing like the other nations, but subscribing to this truth. To you, we say Shalom. This is the brother Yahweh Sop out of the GMS Cleveland Church, a fellow servant, coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. I got the brother Bakar with me.
Shalom.
And we're basically just trying to put in some work for the Lord for this new year. His new year of, the year of, as the elder apostle Tahar Dean, what did he say? The year of hastening onto the day of the Lord.
Of the coming of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Con. Because basically you're going to be in the spirit of hastening, and when you go into the word hastening, it means to basically speed up. Roughly paraphrase. So, you should be in the spirit of, put it like this, like people thought 2020 was something terrible and drastic or devastating. 2021 is going to be far worse. So you got to be in the spirit of hastening the coming of the day of Yahweh. So without further ado, I want to do a quick lesson on this article I got off of the Newsbreak app. It's actually out of Newsweek. It says politics. It's authored by Brendan Cole. It was I guess uploaded on New Year's Eve. And it was at 8:33 a.m. And it says, Republican governor cancels inauguration after receiving armed threats over mass order. So, jumping into the article, it says, New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu has canceled his outside inauguration ceremony next month because he said protests against this order requiring masks to be worn to mitigate against the coronavirus have become more threatening. It says on November 20th, he ordered people to wear masks in public spaces, both inside and outside, due to the coronavirus pandemic. It says 2 days later, small-scale protests against the move started outside his residence in Newfields. So basically, you had some of his constituents, his people that was up under him, literally go to this man's residence. This is supposed to be an authority figure. You know what I mean? He's a governor. You know what I mean? Like, so they literally went to this man's residence to protest the fact that they not into wearing that mask.
And it was an article speaking on RT News. The people that was protesting in New Hampshire, they were saying it's too many restrictions. We tired of these restrictions. And they wasn't the only ones. Israel was doing the same thing. And Israel been under lockdown for a couple months now.
Back into the articles, it says the mask order, which expires on January 15th, 2021, was put in place because of the spike in CV cases, including outbreaks at 5 nursing homes. It says, and then you just made me think of something because, they extended the curfew in our state, you know what I mean, which they're going to continue to keep on doing, you know what I mean, because it'll never be back to normality, you know what I mean. Like the brother often brings out, he said normal goes into order, and this place has never been in order. And any semblance of order was on some left-hand order, you know what I mean. So it says, following other protests outside the governor's house, the Newfields Selector Board, which includes the governor's brother Michael Sununu, is issued an ordinance on December 22nd forbidding picketing in the town's residential areas, with violators facing a $100 fine. NBC Boston reported. I guess this is the governor New Hampshire Governor Christopher Sununu is pictured on September 2nd in Manchester, New Hampshire. He has canceled an outdoor inauguration due to threats posed by protesters. Because people are fed up. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you didn't take away people's livelihoods. You know, they seeing that you literally, the same people that's telling them that they can't do this and can't do that are not actually helping them. You know what I mean? What? They gave you a stimulus back in March, and it's basically a whole new year, and they're just now starting with another stimulus, and it's less than the first one, but you still behind on months and months of rent. That stimulus ain't going. And then, you know, what's the smack in the face, because a lot of brothers, 2/3 they got the jobs was talking about how Canada was giving their citizens $2,000 a week, you know, or $2,000 a month or some shit like that. Like, but they on a consistent basis since the whole pandemic happened. So, like I said, all it's gonna do is lead to more violence. Cause you know what I'm saying, like, I mean, because when people frustrated, you know what I mean, you know, and then they're desperate. What do you think they're gonna do? Like 2/3 nigga at my job said. I said, what is money? Because money is a medium of exchange to barter. You get what I'm saying? Money is basically like, you know, real wealth and real riches is like silver, gold, precious metals, and land and cattle and shit like that. But money is a tool used to exchange goods and pay for services. So the money is whatever they say the money was. But all that don't matter, because one day food gonna be money to a person. You know what I mean? But that's not gonna matter if you got all the money and all the food and I got the pistol. If I got the weapon, you know what I mean, your money, they ain't gonna matter. And when people are desperate, they do things out of desperation. You get what I'm saying?
And when Joe Biden get in office, you know, he gonna move way different than Trump, and that's gonna make an uproar too, because a lot of people was mad that Joe Biden won, including Edomites.
Well, and that's the spirit that you said that, because there's another video. It was on the Zero Hedge. It was saying how you got like 140 Republican senators that's basically gonna file a motion to try, basically saying that his electoral college bids, basically they want to like basically they not accepting the fact that he's supposed to win. So you know what I mean? That's the vision right there. This shit over with. You know what I mean? Like, back in the articles, this is on Monday, a group called Absolute Defiance held a picket outside. The group is called Absolute Defiance, held a picket outside Sununu's house, spurring the governor to decide his inauguration on January 7th would be safer if it were held virtually. Right. And I know that's that man is afraid. They probably got officers, you know, or state troopers or somebody around that man's house as well. But it don't, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, with a large enough group of people, I don't give a fuck if you had a Mac 11, a grenade launcher, any of that shit. With enough people, they could overrun and overwhelm a person with weapons. You see that all day. You know what I mean? It says, Sununu told reporters that an armed individual was arrested in my backyard with over 24 rounds of ammunition, and that as governor, he was worried about the safety of his family and citizens of the state. Therefore, it was prudent to cancel that event, he added. WMURA reported. In a tweet, Sununu said that he was concerned how armed protesters have increasingly become more aggressive, targeting my family, protesting outside my private residence, and trespassing on my property. An outdoor public ceremony simply brings too much risk. My first responsibility is ensuring that the safety of my family and or citizens, he said. It says, canceling our outdoor inaugural ceremony was not a decision we made easily, but it was the right decision to ensure the safety of my family and the public. This inauguration will be attended by the leaders of both houses of the legislation. He will deliver his inaugural address at 7 p.m. During Monday's protest, Newfields police arrested Skylar Bennett, 38, of Concord on charges of trespassing and disorderly conduct, with Bennett saying that the group's action was because Sununu had closed the state. Newsweek has contacted Newfield police for comment. It says Sununu was overwhelmingly reelected to a third two-year term in November's gubernatorial elections, defeating Democrat Majority Leader of New Hampshire Senate Dan Phelps. It says last week Sununu did that he did not plan. It says last week Sununu said that he did not plan to oppose additional CV restrictions despite high numbers of cases and hospitalizations and a spike in cases in neighboring Massachusetts. NBC Boston reported. So pretty much the point of me bringing this out is because, like you said, like the brother said, people getting frustrated. You know what I mean? Livelihoods have been taken away. People are struggling to feed their families. You know, and people are upset. And it's to the point they're not regarding these leaders. You know what I mean? You got to remember, these leaders is leading a lot of people astray, and then they're not affected in the same way as, you know, the people that they're telling you got to stay at home. You know what I mean? Like I said, the wine with this curfew and the stay at home orders, that doesn't affect him, but it affects you and me and the rest of the public. You got something else you want to say, or otherwise you can bring out 2 Ezra 15.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition amongst men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
You can speak them.
Right, and that's sedition amongst men. That's the people rising up against the government. You know, that's people coming up against this rulership because they fed up with everything that's going on, and people know that 2021 is about to be way worse than 2020.
Well, you got a lot of people that do know, but for the most part, you got a lot of people that's still asleep. You know what I mean? Like I said, that's why, like I said, I'm 42 years old. I've seen a lot of 4th of Julys. I've seen dudes shoot all the way to 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. This has been the weakest 4th of July I've ever experienced. And you still have people shooting bullets. So obviously some people are still asleep. You know what I'm saying?
But you got these, them people that's uproaring, they want life to go back to how it was. You know, but they don't know that it's not gonna go back to go back to what it was.
This your new normal, like we constantly say. Even with the whole the vaccination that's supposed to actually literally supposed to cure the C-19, you still gonna have to social distance and you still gotta wear a mask. Even after that. So that's showing you they programming you to the system that they like the brother always say. I mean, get ready for the new world order. This is the new world order. You're getting programmed for it right now.
I got a pretty simple. This is 2 Ezra 16 and 70. It say, for there shall be in every place and in the next city a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. And that insurrection goes into rising up against the authority as well, just like that's sedition. You know, and these people, you know, you're going to have a lot of Jakes rising up, uprising. You're going to have a lot of Edomites. You're going to have people all around the country rising up to against the government because things not going to be going their way. People who think they about to graduate and go to college and do this and that, but these businesses, these colleges not even making money. These schools not even making money. So where's the funds will come for these people to succeed in this society?
That's how you know this place is over with. Like you said, but the Lord hasn't put that spirit on people to be aware or awake of it. And that's a scary, sad thing. You got people that think they in the truth and ain't even in the fucking truth. We just talking about that today. So the scary part about that is what you think your lot gonna be. You up here playing with this truth. It was a blessing to get it. And then you playing with it like because the thing is this, like I said, the spirit reveals all things. So if you bullshitting, the Lord gonna make it known that you bullshit. And he might, like I said, I ain't gonna speak too much, but you better wonder if you're not doing the right thing and you ain't really facing no repercussions, what is it the Lord got in store for you? Because everything gonna be judged. You know what I mean? But unless you got something else to say, I'm gonna end the lesson, brother.
Right, everything gonna be made manifest.
God. So with that, I'm gonna end the lesson. Lord willingly, it was an edifying lesson. We want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Kol Haloyim La Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba Hashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and sincerity, risking their lives and the freedom to do so. Shalom to the Akwat and the Yakim out there listening and learning. Lord willingly, it was an edifying video. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, but subscribing to this truth. To you, we say shalom. Until next time, Lord willingly, shalom, shalom, and Mawath La Babal. Shalom.
The ball.
Shalom. You know I'm gonna be